One of the brains behind the exceptional Warri Again concert, which aims at showcasing Warri to the world in her most positive light. In a chat with HipTv, speaks on the new venue for the show and the inspiration which it got overseas. One of the most remarkable things about the entire project is that everyone on it is an indigene of Warri.
We are not just going to showcase, we are going to showcase one of the best event centers in Nigeria. You know, soundproof, beautiful. The idea behind the Warri, the event center is a one-stop event center, plug and play. You don't need to, for example, you don't need to say you need to bring in lights, you need to bring in sound system, you need to bring in chairs, you need to bring in everything. It's one stop. So my wife and I, you know, my wife is Igbo, so our business sense is higher than mine, you know. We're trying to develop businesses around it, not just renting the hall. Like next year, we are planning on doing the AY Live. We are planning on doing Boviman on Fire. We are planning on doing Basketman on Sensor, then Warri Again. These are going to be the four major events next year. We are building partnership. You know, right now we have Pepsi giving us a 2-3 years deal. We are talking to Nigerian breweries. We are talking to some other companies. You know, they are thinking of tying it to it, but they want to see what we'll be able to do with the new hall and with the new concept.
Speaking on his reason for creating the Brown Foundation, which aims at giving back to society, he had this to say.
It's another way we try to give back to the society, you know. I grew up in a locality, you know. In Warri those days, there's no area specifically for Ivy Leagues. Ivy Leagues in quotes, you know. It's like Surulere those days. You see, when you come to Surulere, when I used to come to Lagos with my uncle, we used to stay in Alaka Estate, which was with my dad. We used to stay in Alaka Estate with my uncle, you know, the GRA, Keja. Then there was no island, so nobody knew island then. So that's how Warri was at the point, because there was no designated area for wealthy people. Every area in Warri had the rich, the good, bad, and ugly, you know. So I grew up practically in the middle-class neighborhood. So some 7 years ago, I went back there. And when I went back there, I saw some people that we all grew up together, you know. Their kids were not going to school, you know, and I was taught they couldn't do anything. So, but you could see that genuine relationship. You know, they didn't care who I came with. They called me my first name, my nickname those days. We went into their house, we sat down, we ate, even though there was no meat in the soup. We ate, we had, you see, it rekindled a lot of nostalgic feelings, you know, and we're very excited. And that was when the question, where is the child? Where is he going? How many kids do you have? Oh, this one is going to school, this one is not going to school. So I just calculated that it would be like that in this whole neighborhood. And that's how we started the Brown Foundation. So immediately I called some people that grew up in the area, a lawyer, barrister Andrew Becker-Jeremo, who's been a lawyer for about 30 years. He grew up in the same neighborhood. I said, listen, come, let's do a foundation. And for our area, the Obao, Esiri, Ogboro has this, you know. And immediately he took to it and said, okay, let's start it. And that's how we started the Brown Foundation.
Amaju Pinnick speaks on achievement as NFF president.
You cannot achieve everything in 4 years. Especially considering the fact that you met a lot of issues, a lot of challenges that almost got you discouraged and almost getting you to resign immediately. That why did you get yourself into this? I got into a federation that lost all the sponsors. Glow left, Adidas, Cadbury, Super Sports, everybody had left. So it was, NFF was -0. It was really bad, you know. But we had to be resurgent enough to bounce back and say, this is what we wanted to do. Today, our youth development program is second to none. Our under 13, our under 15, and thank God it's being handled, you know, by my first vice president, who is a keen lover of the youth, you know. 6 of the players that qualified for the AFCON under 17 came from our youth program, young, dynamic, creative. And today, clubs in Europe, they are beseeching their camp, you know, wanting to sign them on. So in terms of funding, we've done about 60–65% from zero, from -0 to 65% of our, and we are looking forward in the next 1.5 years. That's the promise I made. In the next 1.5 years, I can come here and sit with you and tell you that, thank God, we're 100% home. Government, thank you very much. We don't need any assistance from you anymore, so that your resources can be channeled to other challenges in our national endeavors.